So there you have it, guys. Manchester United 3, Everton 3. We've drawn the game in the dying minutes. And it feels like a loss, man. It really, really feels like a loss. So disappointing. And it's just pure naivety. Pure naivety. Awful shit game management. Bad mentality in a game where we had a section of our team that done their jobs. Our attackers / midfielders to a certain extent. And another section of our team that didn't do their jobs in the goalkeeper and the centre halves and or defence in general. Just that our defence has been absolutely shambolic. You know, there was a stat there that we've conceded more than all of the top half teams, including Burnley. But we've scored more goals than City. That tells you exactly what it is. And I was saying in the January transfer window, we've got to be realistic. I don't think our target was there, etc. But you can clearly see this is why we have this situation of needing a centre-back. The centre-back pairing today in Lindelof and Maguire, it doesn't work against a certain type of team, a certain type of player, a certain type of formation. You know, it was the warning signs were there from very early on what Everton were trying to do. Get the ball in the channels to Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. And they kind of didn't do it. From their own reasons, they didn't do it. But the warning signs were there. But the positives of the game was that we was in control. We dominated Everton. We created chances. 2-0 up. 2 fantastic goals. I will start with the positives because Solskjaer's clearly changing the way that we're playing. He's clearly getting a tune out of the wingers and the fullbacks to be crossing more for Cavani. And Cavani is a level above everyone else. And when Bruno plays on that level like he can do, he's in that conversation too. Super consistent. He's infectious. The way he works off the ball, his movement off the ball, the way he looks after the ball, and he's always in the right place at the right time. And again, we're just a better balanced team with him there. I liked Mason Greenwood's performance. I thought it was brilliant in terms of the way he looked after the ball. He's growing into that right-hand side. Marcus Rashford was frustrating. Fantastic assist for Cavani, but got into some great positions. And again, he kind of frustrated. I thought Paul Pogba coming off was a big miss for us. You know, I think he was controlling the game, keeping the tempo, kept switching it from left to right really quickly, getting Luke Shaw in, getting Wan-Bissaka in, just keeping us ticking, and not allowing Everton to settle. And it did change when Fred came on. But I don't care about all of that. Defensively, an absolute shambles. And you know what? We can... Listen, it's our job as fans, like KG would always say, is we have to just support the team. It's our job to do that. Let me just fix this. It's annoying. It's our job to do that, and we will always do that. And we were perfectly right to get excited being top of the league and say we're in the title race because we're in and around it. That's all I want to be in and around it. But with a defence that shambolic and a defence that leaks that many goals and being 2-0 up at home and conceding 3 goals and drawing 3-3, losing against a Sheffield United, the points that we drop are just silly points. We're going to be nowhere near the title. But on the other hand, this is why you got to keep it measured. And again, against Sheffield United, we had that shock factor. I almost think this is kind of worse than the Sheffield United one. I said it on the fan forum, and I know people might say, nah, Flex, we lost that game. We got 0 points. We got 1 point here. Don't overreact. But hear me out. The reason why I think this is worse is because we've been in a winning position. That Sheffield United game was such a wild result, and fair play to Sheffield United, but you looked at it and thought, you know what? That result was teetering on the edge. We were due a game where nobody turned up, where from the goalkeeper right up to number 9, everyone plays awful and you get what you deserved. And I feel like that Sheffield United game was that. This game, the attackers done their jobs. I think we're being really patient in that final third. The interchanging is brilliant. The overlapping on the fullbacks is really good. We're taking our time with the ball in final third and waiting for the right pass. I really liked what we did. Then we go 2-0 up. Great goal from Cavani. Even better goal from Bruno. Half time. Game management. How do you manage the game? Yes, 2-0 is a tough scoreline. It's one of the most difficult scorelines in football, as you know. The next goal's key. You don't know whether to stick or twist. But to come out and be 2-2 in 10 minutes of the second half is a disgrace. And it shows an utter lack of mentality, and it exposes, like what I say about keeping content, it exposes the reason why our team's not there yet. It shows the flaws in the team. So am I surprised these things are happening? Not really. I'm pissed off and I'm annoyed and I'm frustrated, but I'm not surprised. We're not fixed yet. We don't have that dominant defensive midfielder. We don't have clearly the dominant centre-half to go with Harry Maguire or Lindelof, one or the other. Don't really care who. Just get the top-notch centre-half in. We're still struggling a little bit on the right-hand side for a bit of consistency. We're not there yet. And these are the gaping holes in the team that now are just being exposed because of the results aren't shading them where we nick it. Because let's face it, if we nick that 3-2, because when we got to 2-2, to get back to 3-2 again, I'll talk about Scott McTominay in a minute, was good character, but that's just been a common theme all season. We've been doing that all season. But now when the results don't happen, it leads you to the performances and the deficiencies in the team. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing us reap what we sow. We're seeing us be exposed for what we are under the surface. And that is a team that's not quite there yet. So I can accept that. And it's going to be, I think it could be difficult viewing. I think we're going to start taking our eyes, this is my personal opinion, start taking our eyes off looking at the title, and just continue to try and be in and around it. But we're going to start saying, look, game by game, we're going to have the Europa League coming, we're going to have the FA Cup coming up. Hopefully we get through that to the next round. But if City go and beat Liverpool and convincingly tomorrow, I think that almost puts it to bed. We'll be 8 points behind them, I believe, if they win all their games in hand. So I think that's too much to claw back. Liverpool win tomorrow. Let me just check the table now. Liverpool win tomorrow puts them 2 points behind us on the same games and as you were, you know. So if it can change very quickly, I get it. It's a mad season, but after that performance, I just want to focus on us, and you've got to take care of your own backyard, as they say, your own home, and it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough. And the problem that I have with it, which people are right to say title, whatever, don't even go there, is Eric Bailly's already injured again. Axel Tuanzebe clearly not favoured because he didn't start this game, even though we needed the pace. It's going to be Maguire and Lindelof again. They might do all right against who we play. I don't even know who we're playing next. They might in the league. They might do. I think it's West Brom. They might do all right against West Brom and Newcastle. But we know inevitably there's going to be a game like today. It could even be against Newcastle. You stick Callum Wilson up front, set maximum, and get them running. They could offer the same sorts of problems that we saw today with Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison. And if Steve Bruce got any sense, he'll probably try and play that way, but I don't think he will. But it's going to be those two again, and we're going to keep seeing these issues happen time and time and time again until we get to the end of the season and flip and pull our finger out our asses and actually get a centre-half. So really disappointing today, man. I couldn't believe, honestly, at 2-0 at half-time, I'm thinking just manage the game. Then to get to 3-2 and concede in the last minute. Harry Maguire, I mean, look, I don't want to go too overboard. You guys have seen what's happening on social media, and I'm not going to call and say he's a disgrace, get him out of the car. It's not about that. It's not about that. But he is the captain, and he does deserve his fair share of criticism in the right way. And he hasn't been good enough today. He hasn't commanded. He hasn't led. He hasn't been dominant. That time when he tried to buy that foul, don't get me wrong, probably on a different day he gets a foul, but just the attitude of it, the lack of urgency on him to just play the ball back. Why are you trying? You've got Calvert-Lewin run up your ass. Why are you even trying to draw the fouls? Give the ball. Play with the right mentality. Play with the right intensity. Didn't do it. Didn't command the back line. The first goal, the second, the third goal, just nowhere to be seen. The game management as well. David De Gea throwing the ball out to Marcus Rashford on the counter-attack. Then we're losing the ball. Cavani gets fouled. Just keep hold of the ball. Can we do it? No. Oli bringing on a cold Tuanzebe up to speed. He ends up giving away the free kick. Then they score from it. But the free kick's so far away and so deep with everyone back. It's not only on Tuanzebe. And I saw that he was, again, which is, you know it's a subject for me, guys, that gets me every time. Getting racist abuse. I'm sick of it. I'm just sick of it. So not good all round, but it's not Axel's fault, man. You know, you got to look at all round. We just didn't manage the game well. We had plenty of opportunities to either keep it in the corner or just keep the football and get out with a 3-2 win after an initial, setback of going 2-2. And he couldn't do it. It just shows why we're not there yet. So listen, there's going to be more twists and turns in the season. There's going to be a couple more results that we get where we're buzzing and it looks like we're on the turn. But I just think essentially it will come down to not having that defence in there that will hold us back. Has that put a cloud over the bits of progress that we've made so far? No, I don't think it has. You got to give the props where the props due. Like I said, you look at the song Ollie's getting out of Cavani right now, and the way the team's playing and how we attack today. Very composed. We played Everton 3 times now this season, and in the first 2 games, it was as comfortable as hell. Today, there was large parts where we were comfortable, 2-0 up, comfortable. And then old habits start to creep in. Like I said in the fan forum, like this game was like that Southampton game last year where we drew 2-2 when Luke Shaw come off injured. Then Brandon Williams come on. Then he bashed his head. Then he come on off injured. And we had 9 men towards the end of the game, I think it was. Or 10 men, whatever. And we just had to see the game out. And they get a corner, I think it was. And Lindelof loses his man at the back post and they score in the last minute. Similar situation. I think that was either Rashford at the front post that time or Matic, I can't remember. Similar thing, little old things creeping back in. Like when we played against Sheffield United, seemed like the old Man United. Couldn't bounce back against Arsenal. Get an emphatic 9-0 win against Southampton. Then can't build on that. So looks like a little bit of the old Man United coming in, which is madly frustrating. So listen, we go again. It's going to be a bumpy road. We twists and turns. To hell, yes, I am absolutely fuming today. Today's feels like a loss. Our defending was absolutely shambolic, but we have to move. We go again. The games are coming thick and fast. Difficult game in the FA Cup coming up next round. Jesse can't play, which is a positive because he's playing quite well. But there'll probably be quite a few changes in that game, but we've got to get through it. And let's hope for a draw in tomorrow's game. Or if anyone's going to win, let it be Liverpool. Because I tell you what, if City beat them convincingly, which could really happen, Liverpool are struggling right now at home. It could be curtains. But even away from that, we just got to focus on ourselves. And right today was just not good enough. You can't be conceding 3 goals at home from winning 2-0 and expect to be talking about a title. You just can't. You just can't. My man of the match today. I thought Pogba played really well. I thought Cavani played really well. I thought Shaw played really well. I'll probably give it to Cavani. I just think his work rate's brilliant. He's proven the type of number 9 that we need. He's proven his worth. And he's a player that we were all raised our eyebrows at when we got him. But you can't fault how infectious he is on the team, his work rate, how he looks after the ball and brings others into play. So I'm going to go Cavani, but we move. Big up to everyone watching at home. Stay safe, and I will speak to you soon. Very, very soon. Peace.